Here is your Rosencrantz de jour, the BR&P Band March. We like to dedicate our Rosencrantz de jour to our good friend and visiting with us, a longtime Missoula City Band stalwart, and his lovely wife are visiting in from Idaho. George is sitting in with the band. That's right, you know the family must be related, if indeed they named their child George, and the last name is Washington. And indeed, the lineage is there, visiting in from Idaho, and his lovely wife Ann. George Washington, the tuba section. George! And we'd like to play a Rosencrantz march for him, whatever it happens to be called. What's this one? Our State's Guardsmen.
Rosencrantz March coming up. Gary, can you say Rosencrantz? I think you can.
Rosencrantz.
Very good. This was actually a rewrite. It's called Border to Border. It's from his Alaska to Panama March, originally written in 1908. It was rewritten in 1964, modernized a little bit, and it was a good job was done by it. So we're going to play this version of it. We'd like to dedicate this, like we like to dedicate all of our Rosencrantz marches. Lee from Mullen, Idaho, he drives out here almost every week. There he is, right there. Gentleman in the fine mutton chop whiskers. And this goes out to you, Lee. Border to Border by our hero composer, George Hendricks Rosencrantz. Now Mr. Gillette is elected to start things out correctly with the George Rosencrantz March. George Rosencrantz truly loved his tiny high school alma mater, Penfield High in Penfield, Pennsylvania. For over 3 decades after he graduated, he would play the piano at all graduations. The story goes that the stage floor he played on was not level, and such was his fervor at the keyboard that while he started playing, seated at the bench, he would end up playing crouched over the piano, following it as it moved to the lower end of the stage. When we play this march, we intend to mimic the same Rosencrantz fervor, but somehow manage to hold on to our seats. This is Public School March by George Hendricks Rosencrantz, and it's dedicated to the stalwart people who come out on a soggy day.
This Rosencrantz is for you.
Well, we're going to start off the concert with our favorite composer, George Rosencrantz. He's written a march dedicated to Lieutenant Sandelman, called it Lieutenant Sandelman's March. How ironic. Lieutenant William H. Sandelman was the leader of the U.S. Marine Corps Band from 1898 to 1927. A noted composer in his own right, perhaps his most admired composition was Thomas Jefferson March. We'll have to try to find that one, Gary. I think it's a really good one. Interestingly, his son William F. Sandelman conducted the band from 1940 to 1955. So there was a bit of a heredity thing going on with the Marine Corps Band at the time. Now, we like to dedicate our Rosencrantz marches, and I'm going out on a limb because I didn't see her. Is Bertha Vick here tonight?
Bertha Vick? Oh, she's here.
Where are you, Bertha? Oh, there you are. It's so good to see you. This goes out to you. This is Lieutenant Sandelman's March by George Rosencrantz. Well, we're going to start the concert out correctly with a George Rosencrantz march. This one's called Demonstration March. Now, we have had a fine tradition of dedication. I don't know, are the Rainbow Girls here tonight? Rainbow Girls?
I didn't hear anybody scream.
No. Are there any girls here tonight? Well, this goes out to all the girls in the audience. This is George Rosenkrantz demonstration march. Tonight we're honoring a departed bandsman, Hal Herbeck, who passed on last November at age 85. Hal told me he started playing off and on with the city band since 1941 when he was 15 years old. He was able to play with us through the 2009 season. Oboist, saxophonist, high school and university teacher, the list of accomplishments is very lengthy, indicative of a full life in a highly successful career. We'll let some of our music do most of the talking tonight, and I think he'd like that. His wife Lois, son Doug, nephew Gary, I understand a brother, former students, and innumerable friends are here with us to celebrate and remember a warm and remarkable man whose grace we note and whose grace note we miss. Well, we like to start our concerts off with a George Rosenkrantz march. Now, I believe since 2002, almost every concert we have played a different work by George Rosenkrantz. Tonight is the Navigator March. Now, this is rumored to be Hal's favorite Rosenkrantz, written in 1916. The man who started that rumor is Gary. We have no basis in fact for it. But as always, we like to dedicate our Rosenkrantz March. Now, I think I got a group of friends here from the job service. My co-workers are over there. They're making noise. Way over in the corner. We told them to stay way out there. Indeed, I am very fortunate to work with such a great group of people. This is the Navigator March by George Rosenkrantz. Well, in honor of our last concert of the year, we're going to do something different and play a George Rosencrantz march. Governor George Washington Goethals was an Army officer and civil engineer. He's perhaps best known for his supervision of the construction and opening of the Panama Canal. Well, anyway, George must have thought the world of him because he did his best honor and wrote him a march. This is the Governor Goethals March by George Rosencrantz.